Hey everyone, welcome back to our podcast. I'm Lulu and I'll be your host for the first half of today's episode. Now, our topic today is super exciting because we're breaking down something that has basically become like a second oxygen for all of us, none other than the internet. Sitting right next to me is my partner Afi, who's going to hang out and chat with us. Hi Afi, how is it going on?
Hi Lolo, I'm doing great. Wow, this is such an awesome topic. When you look at the internet from a college student's perspective, it's just so massive. So I really can't wait to jump right into it.
Right on, so just to warm things up, technically speaking, the internet is basically a global network of interconnected computers, but nowadays its role goes way beyond just that. In your opinion, how did the internet evolve from being just a military and university research tool into something we absolutely can't live without?
So the fascinating part, if we flash back to the apparent days, the internet was support right and only a select few had access to it. But the really turning point was when the World Wide Web or WWW come along, opening up the internet to the public. From there, it immediately even into the main engine driving the global economy, digital government, and even social movement. Just think about it. Without it, the internet, things like cloud computing, e-commerce, or the whole remote work to communicate the physical office for our internet or jobs, internship or job. Sorry.
Totally agree, the internet completely wiped out distance and time. But looking at the critically, our heavy reliance on it isn't always smooth sailing. There's a dark side too, like data privacy, breaches, fake news spreading like wildfire, and the digital divide. You know, the inequality in internet access. What's your take on this issue?
That is hard point to bring up. The internet is honestly a double-edged sword. One on one hand, anyone can learn literally anything for free, but on the other hand, people easily fall for hacks because there's just an overwhelming amount of information. Not to mention how our personal privacy is constantly being turned into a commodity for targets. And the saddest part is the digital divide you mentioned. While we are sitting here enjoying hit speed streaming or online class, there are still millions of people out there who can barely get a color signal, let alone internet. So it really witnessed the economic and education gaps.
That hits deep. So the internet isn't just a technical things anymore. It's deeply tied to society and human behavior. Now looking ahead, everyone is talking about Web 3.0 and the Internet of Things or IoT. How crazy and futuristic do you think the internet will get?
The future of the internet is definitely going to be way smart and more decentralized. With IoT everyday objects around us will have their own brains and be connected online. It makes life incredible, convenient and automated. Sure, but the security risks are going to be insane. That's why, moving forward, the focus shouldn't just be on making the internet faster, but making it safer, fairer for everyone, and backed by storage, ethical regulation.
Spot on. Brilliant analysis. Bottom line, the internet is an incredible piece of technology and it's up to us to manage it wisely. But we can't talk about the internet on a global scale without talking about the foundation that actually makes it work.
Actually, and I think that's perfect science for us because without this specific technology, the internet wouldn't even exist. Yup, we are talking about computer network. So far, this second half, let's switch roles. I will take over the host, and I want to pick your brains, Lulu. Ready to dive into the unsung hero of our digital era?
I'm born ready. Thanks for taking the wheel. Let's get into the technical side of things.
Alright, to keep this discussion academical solid, let's agree on the basic differently. Lulu, computer network is fundamental a collection of computer, server or other device linked together to share data and research. From the point of view, articulation components are the most crucial to making a network reliable of efficient.
When we talk about reliability, we have to look about at both the hardware and software side. For the physical hardware, obviously, you need cables, routers, switches, or Wi-Fi signals. But what actually makes a network efficient lies is in the software layer. When we talk about reliability, we have to look at both the hardware and software side. For the physical hardware, obviously, you need cables, routers, switches, or Wi-Fi signals. But what actually makes a network efficient lies in the software layer, specifically protocols like TCP or IP. These protocols act like traffic rules, ensuring data packets get from point A to point B safely without getting corrupt along the way. Without proper protocols and smart topology design, the data traffic would just be pure chaos and crash constantly.
Oh, got it. So whether it's a small/local area network or LAN in our computer lab or a massive wide area network or WAN, the core principles are exactly the same. Now let's think about the critically as components grow bigger and connect thousands of devices. What's the biggest headache for network administration today?
The main hurdles are definitely scalability and network security, especially nowadays with the trend of remote work and people logging in from their own personal gadgets. It makes the network context surface way wider. The critical challenge is finding the right balance between easy access and tight security. If your security is too heavy and complicated, the network slows down. But if it's too loose, you're leaving the door wide open for data breaches or ransomware. That's why concepts like zero trust architecture, where the rule is never trust, always verified, are becoming the mandatory standard.
Well, zero trust is a hot buzzword in the IT world right now. It just proves that network isn't just about plugging in the wires. It's about dynamic construction management. Let's see, how do you see upcoming tech like software defined networking, SDN, and 5G reshaping the future of computer networks?
Oh, they are absolute game changers. Back then, configuring a network was a pain because you had to manually set up the physical hardware one by one. SDN changed that completely by moving everything to a software base, so administrator can manage the entire network virtually from a computer where the ultra-fast speed and low latency of 5G. And our future networks will be able to automatically adapt to heavy traffic in real time. That is what's going on to pave the way for smart cities, self-driving cars, and super seamless edge computing.
Incredible, you're explaining the so well. It's clear that computer networks are like the invisible blood parsley of our digital world, constantly evolving to handle our ever-growing demand. Lulu, thank you so much for sharing your expertise.
My pleasure, Alvin. It was great debating this with you.
Alright guys, that brings us to the end of our podcast segment today. We hope this casual talk give you a clear picture of how the internet and computer networks that everything together. Thanks for listening, and we will see you next time. Bye bye.
I just had to let you know you're